So I'm going to make a video about Ethan Klein, a famous YouTuber who does the H3 podcast. So I don't know. You guys probably, unless you're living under a rock, you probably know who Ethan Klein and Gila Klein is. Now, I don't want to get a whole bunch. I know there's probably some Nazis in here. There's probably some people who don't like Jewish people. But I'm going to admit to you guys, I'm a Jew. I'm Jewish. Guess what? I'm not a greedy bank, whatever the heck stereotype. So you Nazis can F off. So all you racists or whatever who've come on the video to hate on me, you can just, I don't fit that stereotype at all. I'm not religious, not super religious, and I don't scheme to ruin people's lives. Believe it or not, most Jews are just normal people who don't really care about ruining other people's lives, like all this stupid prejudice. Anyway, there is one Jew, though. There's one Jew. His name is Ethan Klein, and he is an absolute fake of a Jew. He says some stuff that was just so... you don't want to be that guy. Let's just put it that way. Like, he's exactly everything wrong with the whole thing with our culture and how masculinity is viewed, and the reason and the state of men in our current society can be summed up to, that just don't be this guy. This he's out of shape. He's exactly the example of complacency. So he was very successful. Let's not lie. He has had some success. If he wasn't, he wouldn't be famous. He wouldn't be known as a YouTuber, and he wouldn't have all this influence if he didn't have some success. So you have to kind of admire that, but at the same time, he made success off of, this guy is clearly a coomer. Like, clearly a guy who releases like gallons a day, as Ice Cold JT would put it. He's, you can just tell. You can just tell by looking at the guy. It's like, that's a weird feeling to say, but you just know. And he actually cheated on his wife. He's probably at rock bottom right now. He's probably going to get a divorce. And I really think this is an example of like what not to do as a man. Like, don't be this guy. Don't be a fat, perverted, lazy, complacent, ultra leftist. A lot of his stuff he says is just so ridiculous. Like, I can't even put into words how ridiculous some of the stuff he says is. Like, he literally is a Jew who consistently, he's also a leftist. He literally like said, just because another Jew, Ben Shapiro, who's a very conservative person, and whether you like Ben Shapiro or not, we can't be talking like this. We can't be talking about a Holocaust. Can't be talking about like literally like Ben Shapiro should be the first Jew to be gassed in the Holocaust. Like, what the freak is wrong with you, man? What the hell is wrong with you, Ethan Klein? You're gonna lose your wife, you're gonna lose your kid, and you're gonna lose almost everything in that divorce. I can already see it. Like, because you are beta as F for a guy who consistently craps on other people. Not gonna lie, like, some of the people he's crapping on, like, I'm not gonna say that I'm the biggest fan of like Andrew Tate and Sneeko and all these guys, no offense, and I know I'm gonna get hate from the alpha male community for saying this, but that I'm not like worshiping Andrew Tate's like the ground that he walk on and look at him like a god or whatever. But I'm gonna be honest with you and say what I think when it comes to this. And personally, I don't think the way he talks about people on the conservative side, he's such a hypocrite. He's just a person who's for censorship. He's a liar. He's just one of the worst people on YouTube. Like, I really just hope his empire falls, and I think it is falling apart. His podcast is not popular. I mean, honestly, no one watches me either, but, I'm doing this for fun. This guy has made a career of this, and he is losing his career. Whenever I feel like I'm doing bad, I look at people like Ethan Klein. I'm like, well, at least I'm not that guy. At least I'm not Ethan Klein. It could be worse, guys. It could be much worse. So anyway, this is a short one, but yeah, Ethan Klein sucks. That's basically what I want to say, and that And people like him are the worst, are the problem with the modern day. People like him, beta male simp guys who white knight for women, who champion extreme weird leftist ideals that are dumb, like the whole positivity, whatever, body positivity movement, if that's what you want to call it, because it's not really a movement because everyone's fat. I mean, if they moved, if it was a movement, they'd have to, you know, actually move somewhere, and, you know, maybe they might actually lose weight, which would be, you know, they can't do that because obviously that would be fat phobic. So, anyway, guys, go to the gym. It's the message. Eat well, eat healthy, and go to the gym. It's a ridiculous thing to say that this would be considered a conservative ideal, but we've gotten to this point where eating healthy and going to the gym is looked at as an extremist conservative idea, not a like legit advice. Like if the doctor is actually honest about science, he will get shunned by his colleagues for not championing this bullshit ideology. No, go to the gym, eat healthy, get good sleep, have good habits, don't gain weight, don't eat sugar, don't masturbate 30,000 times a day, maybe maybe quit the hub, maybe improve yourself. Like, I know, excuse my vulgar language, this video is not made for kids, just so you know. But we have a disgustingly weird society, especially because YouTube censors things. Like, you can't talk about certain subjects because YouTube will actually censor it, but yet they're not doing anything to mention that this is an issue for people. Like, these are health issues. These are habits that are ruining people, and you can just see it in people like Ethan Klein. Like, do you want to be like Ethan Klein? Give me a thumb up if you don't.